Alrighty, let's have a look here. This one is for you, Scorpio. This is Tarot Illumination with your love and relationship report, March 2018. Let's see what happens. Cards were already well shuffled in advance. Right now, there's no oracles, jumpers, flyers, no reversals. We're just going to keep it very, very simple with this crucible spread on the understanding that there's you, there's a significant other, and then there's the relationship itself, which has an integrity and energy and identity of its own. I like to think of it as the crucible in which the relationship is conducted, and in a very healthy love relationship, both parties are aware of the third entity itself, and they invest in the crucible. Okay, so for you, dear, hold on, Scorpio, let's do what we did with the others. Stay there. So it might have been a bit bumpy for you, Scorpio, to say the least, coming out of this eclipse season here in February, really shaking things up in the home, you know. So because it would look like this, like if you feel as though your whole foundations of life have been really shaken and rattled and rolled, and how that's going to affect your career, your dharma, your place in this world, that's understandable. But this is an ongoing wave. It's part of the eclipse, and so that's a large wave. But there's a secondary wave happening, which is the big thing happening right now here in Pisces in March, which is this massive Pisces stellium. Look at this: Sun, Neptune, Mercury, Venus, and Chiron, and eventually the Moon, all piled up here in Pisces at some point during the month. For the first few days, at least, we got at least these five. Some going on here somewhere. So this is happening for you, Scorpio, over in, if we twiddle the chart around, we're going to put this over here in your fifth house of creativity, self-expression, fun, excitement, risk-taking, creating businesses, love, romance, true love, real, true love, okay? Could be past life loves coming in. Because I mean, I don't have a full chart here, but Scorpio would be over here on the horizon, and then we're going to reinterpret that over here. So this would be the fifth house where all this energy is coming up. So even though the Pisces energy is very harmonious for you, Scorpio, the thing is, it's going to be with the Sun and Neptune and Chiron, there's going to be a huge emphasis on lighting up the things that actually in some ways aren't working, the things, the very, very, very deepest wounds that need to be revealed in order to be healed, okay? So please allow for that, Scorpio. And so don't take it too personally if things get a little sensitive or hypersensitive during the month. You know, the love thing would be amplified for you because of the fifth house with all that Pisces energy there. But again, who knows what's actually happening with you? These are just, you know, general, like very spacey, broad readings for all sorts of people, and it might be quite different for you. So watch your sun, moon, and rising, and then reinterpret, and also do your cross-watching for the significant others, and ask them to do the same for you, perhaps. Okay? So let's just get into it. Cards were already reshuffled, well shuffled in advance. No jumpers, flyers, oracles, reversals. And we're just going to cut as soon as I feel that the cards are clear. And then we're going to do the little spread and just go for it, okay? All right, here we go. And let's break this up really seriously. There we go. That was enough. So this would be your love relationship type energy that you're radiating. Think of yourself as a transmitter, like a cell phone, okay? And this would be the energy of the significant other, a chosen relationship. Now, if you're single, if you really want to, you can stretch this out as a singles reading by understanding the laws of attraction, that this is what you would attract, okay? Even if they might not be present, this could be representative of the energy that you might attract to you. All right. So deep down inside of you, this is what's going on here at the soul level. Same with them, the soul level, and at the relationship itself, the core thing that binds you. Okay. And this would be prospects. Okay. momentum, so to speak, as we move through this. If you think of it as in terms of a flow of energy. And then over here, we're going to look at circumstantial energy that's surrounding you, Scorpio, as you live through this thing in the context of relationship. And you're going to make the best of it. So you have the Ace of Cups. Dear Scorpio, it's almost like it doesn't matter what happens here in the rest of the reading. This is an amazing opportunity because it is the ace, it is the energy of opportunity. It's sacred because opportunity is like a gift from heaven. And if we don't accept that, heaven's not going to blame us, but they would be questioning, like, why would you not accept this? But sometimes it's too much. People are scared of what real love is, and they shun this. They run away. They want everything but this because this is too overwhelming, too transformational, too powerful, too delicious, too healing. They're too scared of it. They don't know what it is. A lot of people don't know what this is. This is literally the energy of heaven. This is literally the healing power of love. And it's like you're swimming in it. Imagine you go on one of those like amazing exotic vacations and you're in some tropical paradise and you discover an amazing, beautiful waterfall and it's super warm and you just walk in there and you strip down and it just flows onto you. It's like that kind of energy. You just open your arms wide and you receive all this bounty from heaven. It's just beautiful. It's like clears and cleans and heals the soul. And then you can carry that energy with you for the rest of the day or for your whole life with any luck. Okay? Let's have a look. Kerblam. So for you, Scorpio, forget the gender here with the Queen of Wands. My feeling is that this is you radiating the energy of your own kind of nobility, but in a very graceful way that I feel is to do with the feminine energy here, where the Queen of Wands would represent you, Scorpio, as your most magnanimous, generous, kind, loving, inspiring self. And it's nothing to do with what are you getting out of this or what's happening here. It's literally just radiating the aura of love in a way that inspires others. It's like how, this is not a cups card, in the traditional tarot sense, but it is very, very strong, radiant energy. It's the energy that would inspire others. It's almost like if you think of this as yourself, and then this is the significant other, whether they're around or not. But if you can imagine that this is glowing like a magic disco ball of love, and it kind of pulses, boom, 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 boom. It's very inspiring. It's very healing, and it's very attractive. It literally attracts, with Venus in Pisces, in the 5th house, for example, you could be literally attracting the deepest soul type of vibrations from a significant other, and they're coming to you through the laws of attraction. So this is an inspiration. It's like living by example, making the clear decision, like, I am a Scorpio and I am going to make the best of this situation. I know it could be challenging, but I'm going to take full advantage of the harmonious energies, and I am going to glow like a freaking disco ball of love. Thank you very much. And I hope you like that and hope you get that. Well, actually, that's not too bad. It's actually kind of appealing. Thank you very much. So let's have a look. What's going on over here? Like, oh, maybe they need this. Maybe you, Scorpio, are relating with someone where you can be an inspiration. Like, even though no matter how challenging or tough things might be in the context of the relationship or with the significant other themselves, there is so much love capacity here flowing into and through you and out of you that you have the energy of inspiration. So in other words, they might not sense this as love exactly, but more like an inspiration, like the healing power of love in action, so to speak. In other words, like if you're over here in a position of strength, dear Scorpio, where you're dealing with a loved one over here who is coming unglued, literally, where it's like every possible thing that could go wrong is going wrong. It's like the lines out of the lyrics of one of my songs. It goes, "It was one of those days where everything goes wrong." Anyway, it's that kind of energy. where you're perfectly aware of it, but you're not going to be taken down or daunted by this. It's almost like an inspiration for you to maintain and improve your courage and your your guiding light, your inspiration, so that they have something on which they can lean and trust and love. Okay? So it's like they are very, very lucky to have you, Scorpio. Extremely fortunate. But again, going back to what I talked about earlier, they might have extreme problems handling this or understanding it because of its unexpected nature. Love can be very destabilizing. It can be very turbulent. It can be very frightening. True love, in its purest sense, of course, is very healing as well. But if you look at it in the broad spectrum, like we do with tarot illumination, all about revealing it to heal it. So for them, this whole Pisces season right now might be inducing or impelling this energy to be exposed to them, all their worst nightmares, fears, and anxieties, just not just bubbling to the surface, but right there in your face. And then there's you, dear Scorpio, in the context, circumstantial energy in a very strong place to be able to handle this. It's almost like, oh, my dear, my dear, my dear, my dearest, what can I do to help you? Tell me what's wrong, okay? That's what I'm feeling here, okay, Scorpio? Let's have a look. What's going on deep inside of you? Majesty. I really see this as you coming into your majesty where, let's say, like your majestic self, where deep in your soul, deep soul level, you know you've got this. It's just like, I got this. I got this, heaven. Thank you, my dear, wonderful angels, for coming into my life. I've been praying for this my whole life, for this one particular tarot reading from Tarot Illumination, and I got it. I got it, and I got it. And deep down in my soul, I know exactly how valuable this is. This you cannot, this is priceless. This is worth more than gold. And you, Scorpio, you know that, you understand that. And so it's like deep in your soul, you understand that this is literally a golden opportunity to live by example, own it, invoke the healing power of love into your life, and then own it and then radiate it outwards. Like you are literally an instrument of the instrument of love and healing. Okay, so that's very, very good, because it looks to me over here that they really need you. They really need that. It's not just that they need you, but they need this. And this is coming to them through you, if that makes any sense. Okay, so I hope you understand what we're talking about here. If not, please write to me and we'll figure it out. Okay, next, what's going on inside of them? Okay, it might be that this season here, the March 2018 theme with this massive Pisces stellium, is exposing their naivety and innocence in matters of love and heart and relationship. But it doesn't matter, because deep in their soul, they don't care. It's almost like their soul, they might not be able to put it in words right now, but their soul is craving this, wanting this, loving this, needing this, and deserving this. This is, this is your reading, but it affects both of you guys. And this energy here, this amazing gift, is available to your significant other, dear Scorpio, even though they might not understand it. They might not really fully understand truly what's going on here at the depth of their soul, but they know it's good. They know the love is there. They know through evidence that you love them and you care. You understand their wounds, their suffering, and you are deliberately invoking the healing power of love. Bring it into your body, your soul, your mind, and everything about your whole being, and then bringing that almost like a gift to your loved one here who really needs it right now in their innocence, because they want this. They're very eager to discover what this is all about. Let's have a look. Who knows what this is? Okay. Because at the core of the relationship itself, you might be dealing with an energy where a lot of conflicts have been buried, and without even knowing it, in very, very deep, subtle ways, both parties might have been, let's say, like carrying on as though they're trying to maintain their, let's say, their status quo, their balance, and having to prove it either through words or through actions or behaviors, to the point where either one or you or the other feels compelled to win at all costs. And that's a problem, because you might win lots of little battles, but in the end you lose the war, because this is kind of the energy of futility. And if that's what's being exposed here about how what a tragic waste it is, all this energy, because there's so much energy being, let's say, not consumed here, but yes, it is consumed. It goes through and out. And if it's being expended in ways that are like wasteful or consuming, as opposed to how this could be transformed and healed, this is very, very important to know. There's no point in you, Scorpio, trying to force the love and the healing here. There's no point in them trying to force their rejection of it or pretend that this is not happening in order to maintain what they think is their version of the relationship, or for you to maintain what you think is your version of the relationship. It isn't going to work. You'll end up in a lose-lose situation. So that needs to become apparent. And maybe that's what's being exposed in the relationship. Maybe both of you, maybe you're already aware of it, and it's like, it's about time we deal with this, and they're feeling it in terms of deep stress, and maybe that's coming back onto you, but you're not letting it take you down. You're going to deal with it anyway. And so it puts you in a position of great strength here, where you can handle this, even though this is not energy that I would welcome in a relationship, in the foundational structures of a relationship. But if it's there and it's being exposed, then that is very valuable. In other words, you can see how it's almost like two people are you know how sometimes very loving couples, no matter how loving they are as couples, they're always still like these like very subversive, deeply buried like inner battles going on, like like those. You're playing out your role, they're playing out their role, and then when you roll up under the covers at night, inside they're saying like, you dick, you little, you, I know you're trying to manipulate me, or you screwed me over. And deep inside you're thinking, oh, well, I'm such a wonderful person over here, but you know what, you really make me angry at times, and I can prove it that it's all your fault. So if that kind of stuff is simmering way, way deep down at the bedrock of the relationship, that needs to be exposed, because that's what's going to need to be healed. Okay, all the two very loving people here, even though they might be stressed out, the love is there for sure. But it's like we're exposing the deep, deep flaws here that need to be dealt with. So guess what that does? It's almost like a turn on, you know. It's weird how love expresses itself. Like if you go through these really tortured situations, and it ends up in a healing event, let's say, where, let's say, the only way to heal it is through deep intimacy, the passion itself, the merger of two bodies, literally person to person. I don't know what your preferences are, but it would be person to person expressed through the physical expression of love, so that it could be a turn on. In other words, very much the Jupiter and Scorpio energy. I'm so scared about this channel. I know a lot of channels use all sorts of profanities and stuff, and they keep going. But on Terra Lumination, there's a lot of scrutiny, and there's a lot of people who seem to flag the videos if there's just one slight thing that upsets them. And so a lot of the videos get blocked and flagged. So I feel like I'm under deep scrutiny to keep the community guidelines in place. So I'm trying to avoid certain words. I hope you don't mind. But what I'm trying to suggest here is that there's a tremendous opportunity for healing through intimacy. The kind of healing that can only occur in deep physical union, love making with a significant other, where it isn't all about the lust and like getting off, them getting off with you, you getting off with them, and just like it's like routine maintenance, sex. It's much more about the deep healing power, literally about the healing power of love as expressed and shared in deep physical union. I think that's very much to do with the Jupiter and Scorpio energy that's happening right now, in which you are the embodiment right now, Scorpio. It's right in there in your world, in your life right now. And it's very harmonious with Pisces energy. So it's almost like we could be touching on that right now. Because if you put this over here, look at this chart again. There's all the Pisces stuff here, which is very beautiful and romantic and dreamy and inspiring and everything. But we're also going to be revealing a lot of problems, okay, that need to be healed. And you've got the opportunity here. You've got the love here. But with your Scorpio energy, Jupiter in Scorpio is right here right now. And that's very harmonious with the Pisces energy. So it's a golden opportunity to enjoy the healing power of love in the context of a physical union. Okay, that's all I'm suggesting here. It could be very healing for both of you. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, let's just put this over here, little squishy bit over there, and you can reinterpret this whole thing however you want. I'm just going to kind of make it look more symmetrical there. Thank you so much. Okay, enjoy, Scorpio. Bye bye. Please make the best of this.